Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Join us for the latest in news, views, and conversation with community leaders. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You and CW Crates and Pallets. Now, put your finger on the Pulse of Spokane.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. I've got my Tom Sawyer Country Coffee, and it's nice outside, a little overcasty, but it's a beautiful day here in Spokane. And you know what? I was thinking about this morning. A lot of moms are probably busy returning the gifts they got for Mother's Day because Dad messed up or something wasn't the right size or she didn't get what she wanted. So moms, just remember that you're kind of hard to buy for sometimes, but people are also out enjoying the new butterfly downtown from the 1974 World's Fair. So that's really fun and kind of exciting. It sounds like they're going to put up some more throughout the park in the next couple years, hopefully sooner. So that's exciting too. And then Washington State was named the best place to live and work. I saw that on Facebook this morning. So that's pretty exciting. We love the Pacific Northwest and we love where we live. So we have a great show today. We have a couple mystery guests that the team won't tell me who are. So we're going to find out together who's going to be on the show today. But right when we come back from the break, we're going to talk with Michael Weller from Mountain View Lumber and Livestock about his life and what he's up to now with his business. So when we come back, we'll have all of that and more only on the Pulse of Spokane.
The following is sponsored by our friends and community supporters at McNeese Wheeler Attorneys. McNeese Wheeler is a boutique law firm in Spokane, handling matters in both Washington and Idaho. Areas of law include business law, wills, trusts and estates, family law, personal injury and wrongful death, and real estate matters. For your full-service legal needs, contact McNeese Wheeler Attorneys.
I'm Nikki Butler, and I'm a regional manager for STCU. My lunch buddy is Nicole.
I'm Brandy Schloss. I'm a regional manager at STCU. My lunch buddy is Angelina. She's grown up with me. I've grown up with her. To see her graduate will be a lot of fun.
Brandy and I have been lunch buddies since the girls were in second grade. It's great that STCU provides me with the opportunity to be part of Reach for the Future. We are committed to the children. We're committed to our community. I'm Nikki.
I'm Brandy.
And STCU is here for good.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
All right, welcome back. We've got Michael Weller here. And Michael, you're a local guy. You were born in Coeur d'Alene?
Yes, sir.
Is that right? So you've been here your whole life, but kind of tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Moscow after being born in Coeur d'Alene. I've worked all over the Palouse, from Pullman across the entire Palouse. Was in the military for about 25 years, and when I retired, I was able to come back, and the house on our original family homestead was open, and I was able to move in there, and now I found a way to make a living off the place, and doing a little sawmilling and cattle operation and some mobile sawmilling. And
Very cool. Well, first of all, thanks for your service.
Thank you.
And so, kind of tell us about what you're doing now with Mountain View Lumber and Livestock, right?
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've got 200 acres of family ground that we have. Most of it's forested. So I'm able to sustainably harvest the trees off the place there. Most of the time, 90% of what I'm sawing into lumber is actual beetle kill stuff. So I'm just keeping up and able to utilize the lumber off of the place.
Okay.
I've also, the sawmill I currently own is a mobile sawmill, and I'm able to take it out and do some mobile custom sawmilling jobs throughout North Idaho and Eastern Washington.
Okay, and then you're selling the wood, right? That's that next step.
Yes.
Is to sell it, and is it to consumers? Is it to companies, locals? What does that
mostly
look like?
consumers and contractors.
Okay.
I do a lot of specialty cuts. I'm able to cut in any dimension that they need. Beams, rafters, batten board siding, picnic benches, sentimental value trees. I do a lot of those. I've done everything from 30 inches of black walnut that came off a family's homestead that
Wow.
they just wanted to be able to make something that they could keep forever. And
So contractors come to you now. They're like, you've got the lumber, we know where to go. Do they ever send you photos of cabinets or something that they built and say, hey, this came from you?
I do get a lot of that stuff. I like to post that back on my Facebook page.
Okay.
And because I used to do a lot of construction and carpentry work myself, and since I had the sawmill, I pretty much just supply it to other people.
But you're familiar with that process.
So I am familiar, so that helps out when I'm talking with people and they want a slab for a cabinet top or something like
Sure.
that. And I can suggest what type of wood and how it's going to dry. And
You know, at college this year, I took this stagecraft class, and we learned about all of these different wood materials and types of plywood and all of these different wood materials. And it's kind of amazing how many different kinds of wood and types of wood there are, and they're all for different things, and they're
Yes.
supposed to be utilized in different ways and cut differently. Yeah, I just find that fascinating because I think when we go to Home Depot, we're like, oh, this a 2x4, sure, this is what I need.
sure, and every once in a while, I will send people to Home Depot or Lowe's because they're going to get what they need for a whole lot less than what I can cut it for, and I'll speak with them and find out exactly what they need. Type
Sure.
of stuff. So.
And at that point, what is kind of the decision there? Is it a quality thing? I mean, obviously there's a cost.
Right. Well, some of it has to do with there's building codes and things that go on. If they need to have grade stamp lumber, they're going to need to buy it from a actual hardware store where
Okay.
they're coming from the big mills and things like that. So I don't compete against the big mills. I do things that don't require that. Batten board siding, specialized look in that, rough cut beams, and tabletops, furniture type grade.
Okay. And where can people go? What is your Facebook page, or how can they find you?
It's my Facebook page is Mountain View Lumber and Livestock. It's capital M, capital T, period.
Okay.
And then Mountain View Lumber Livestock. And my contact information's on there. I can carry my cell phone with me at all times.
Cool.
And,
So people wanting to do those kitchen remodels, I know that's kind of popular this time of year, bathroom remodels, all that kind of thing. Can they go to you if they're looking for lumber and that kind
they
of thing?
can give me a call, and right now I'm about 2 weeks behind in my cut orders.
Okay.
Things have been really good, pushing through as quick as I can.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing for me. Unfortunately, just even before I came in here today, I just got off the phone with somebody looking for last-minute beams, and it's
Yep.
like, I'm sorry, you're not going
Refer
to be
you
able
to
to get done
someone
this
else.
weekend. I do normally keep a list of all the other sawyers that I know around,
Cool.
and I will give people other phone numbers, and because I'd rather see people get what they want than walk away not getting to do a project.
Absolutely. Well, Michael, thanks for coming on, sharing us a little bit about that. And yeah, all those kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, anything you've got going on this time of year, all those home improvement projects, definitely check that out. That's Mountain View Lumber and Livestock, and they have a Facebook page. All right, when we come back, we're going to have our surprise guests. I don't know who they are. Let's find out. We'll see you in a bit.
Well, this is Loomsday in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
all up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
O'Brien Logistics would like to invite you to try our local and regional transportation services. With Sprinter vans, lift gates, hot-shot flatbeds, and expedited services, our people are ready to step in and help with your transportation needs. Our services are 24/7, 365, and we are trained and prepared to handle air cargo and Canadian shipments. Give us a call at 208-305-2311 or visit our website at o'brienlogistics.net. That's OBRIEN logistics.net.
All right, so we're back, and we have some surprise guests that I don't know who they are, but I'm told that I'm familiar with their faces, so we're going to see who it is. And it is, there are people I know. Hi, everybody. Oh, my gosh. This is like a summer theater reunion.
It is a summer theater reunion.
A little early reunion.
That's okay. That's all right.
We're setting it up early.
You know, I have to say, I'm surprised that they got you all together on the same day.
It was a challenge. It was kind of a feat.
At the end of the school year?
It's true. But that's okay.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know.
We're just brilliant.
Well, I'm
we're moving? We're moving. Okay.
Okay. Gotta get in that frame.
That's right.
You're in. I see ya.
Oh, that's the...
Are you poofy enough?
So what is up? How are we?
We're lovely. How are you?
We're still here. How are you?
Good. Yeah. Well, I just got back from school.
With the, what is it, the horny, what is it? The
horn toad.
Oh, the horn frog.
Horn frog.
Excuse me. My mistake.
Horn frogs.
Yeah. Horn frogs. Wow, so those are vicious.
For those of you that don't know, I'm going to school at Texas Christian University in Fort Worth, Texas, and I am studying journalism and theater. And so these ladies all work at Spokane Valley Summer with me. Yep. Spokane Valley Summer Theatre with me in the summer. And boy, the lineup this summer.
Fantastic. It's going to, super.
This is a powerhouse season.
It's a powerhouse, yeah.
Yep. And we've all
something for everybody
from the beginning, but last summer when we did our extended production of Into the Woods, you have The Witch and Jack's mother and Red Riding Hood's granny, and you were our fearless stage manager.
Yes, that's right.
And I will be stage managing The Sound of Music this summer.
Fantastic.
I'm so excited.
That's right. Yes.
You get to herd the nuns.
Yes.
The herd the nuns. Nun herder. Can I get a shirt that says nun herder?
We'll see what we can do for you.
And nun and children herder.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a big kid show. It's a big kid show. So, Andrea, why don't you reveal to everyone what the shows are?
Woo! Okay, so first up in June 21st, I believe, is opening. Perfect. Yeah. Am I right about that?
You're right.
And we're doing Always Patsy Cline. So it is the revival of that. We did that 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yep.
So we're doing it again. And so I get to brush off my accent, my country accent.
Because she's playing Patsy Cline.
Yes.
And she's phenomenal.
Well, thanks, Collin.
She was phenomenal.
Yeah. I'll send you a check later. So anyway, we're doing Always Patsy Cline, and my husband actually, shout out to Drew Olson as our music director, and he's Joe Bob at the keys, so that's pretty fun. Then we move to the second show. Do you want to talk about that?
Which is Sound of Music, the standard that we all know and love, and we're trying to bring in the mountain, but I don't know that there's room in the theater for that. But we have
fitting that it's in the valley, though.
Yes,
Spokane Valley.
And once again, but
this is the first year in many years I don't get to have to wear a mop cap and an apron. I just wear instead a habit. A full habit.
A little different hat.
A little bit of a different, little different hat.
Mother Abbess, Mother Superior.
No, just Sister Berta.
You're going to have to herd her. Could we just get the Darnell herder?
Darnell herder.
Yes,
That's a little frightening.
Well, she's going to get the nuns together pretty soon to start rehearsing.
Yeah, I start rehearsing them soon. The music is beautiful, but musically difficult, and
it's a big music show.
and it's a big music show, and everybody knows it. The other wonderful thing to know about this is that we are doing the production that is the movie production of it, not the strict theater show, because there are songs in the movie that are not in the original that were put in. All the songs that everybody's known their whole life, and all of that are actually in this production, so you'll get to sing along with the best of them.
And that opens July 12th.
Yes.
And then the final show of the season, Marnie, you're actually in.
Which is not musically difficult, is Mamma Mia. So we're going to do a little Dancing Queen, and actually Andrea will be playing Donna.
Yes.
I will be playing Tanya, and then Haley Weber will be playing
Rosie.
Haley is also in Always Patsy Cline.
Yes, she plays my fan, Louise, and it's between her and I. It's a two-person show with the band on stage, and so Haley and I will be telling that story about Patsy Cline. But then she also is
is Rosie.
We're the trio. We're the trio.
We're Donna and the Dynamos, and that in August, mid-August, I think it's the 9th through the 18th. My personal favorite thing is I'm looking forward to the costuming.
Which I actually got to try some costumes on last week.
Oh,
phenomenal.
Did you really?
Let me just say, bodysuit. That's all.
I know.
And
this is
glitter.
why I'm not doing this show.
Glitter bodysuits. That's all I have to say to you.
But fun.
But it's
fun.
And all the
It's
ABBA
super
hits
fun.
Everybody knows and loves.
Sing along, clap along, dance along.
It'll be
Yeah.
really fun. So,
We're super excited.
And who's playing the two younger kids
That
in the
would
show
be
Emma and Austin.
Emma Larson and Austin Burroughs. Yep, and they're back in New York right
And they
now.
went into the woods last year.
So they'll be back with us
And
again.
they are Central Valley High School graduates.
They are.
And we should note too that in the past several years since Spokane Valley Summer Theatre has started, it always took place at Central Valley High School in the Performing Arts Center.
Yes.
But this year, due to some HVAC
they're doing an
upgrades,
entire overhaul of the HVAC system. So nothing is going. It's going to be a ghost town at the high school. Nothing is going on at Central Valley High School. So we are over at University High School, which is like the cookie cutter version of Central Valley, except just flipped over. So. Yeah,
exactly the same layout.
Exactly the
So
same,
for the
just
patrons,
reverse.
They're not really going to notice a difference other than driving to a different place.
Yep.
But
still in the valley.
Still in the valley. It's a very nice collaboration with the City of Spokane Valley and the Central Valley School District that we're getting U-High some technical capabilities that they didn't have.
Right.
And then they can keep those for their high school program.
Absolutely.
In return,
really
they let us
wonderful.
use their space.
Yeah, but it'll be, as far as our patrons go, although last year 45% of the audience over the course of the summer was brand new patrons, we certainly hope to repeat that again.
Absolutely.
The only tricky thing is you have to drive just a few blocks away, but otherwise it'll be.
But super
it's no
accessible.
further.
It's
It's
really
about
from
the same
downtown Spokane. It's the same distance. You take the Pines exit and then you just head south until about 32nd Avenue.
We're just calling it our field trip season.
Yeah,
that's
so we're
right.
taking a field trip.
Taking
and then we'll be
SVST
back at Central
field
Valley
trip
High School next
with
season.
air conditioning that works in the summer.
Right.
It'll be fantastic.
That will be lovely.
That'll be good.
Of course, I think people obviously are very familiar with The Sound of Music and Mamma Mia, especially with the recent movies. But I don't know that many people know the story of Louise and Patsy and Always Patsy Cline.
Yeah, it's actually a really beautiful story. So the premise, of course, is to tell the story of Patsy Cline, which gives sort of a short history of her life, which was sadly also short. But when she was on tour, she met a young woman that befriended her, and they became pen pals, and they continued staying in touch. They wrote letters back and forth to each other. So the script of this show Always Patsy Cline. There is another show, so don't get confused. There's 2 shows, but this one is called Always Patsy Cline, which is incidentally how she signed her letters. So that's where they took the title from. The script for this show is actually taken from those letters that they wrote back and forth. So as they wrote the script, there's actual quotations from the letters that Louise wrote Patsy and Patsy wrote to Louise. And so you sort of are along this journey of Patsy Cline's discovery, how she was discovered, what her first hit was. I know what that is, but you'll have to come and see what her first hit was actually. And through the troubles and the trials of being the first woman really to sort of make it, what we consider sort of a modern day pop or rock star. She was the first one that really took that title. And she also was such a strong woman as we're coming off of Mother's Day. What a wonderful thing. She really just wanted to provide for her kids. If you go back and look at the research and read the books, you can see that she just wanted to do well and wanted her kids to live a kind of life that she didn't get to. She really struggled as she was growing up. So it's heartwarming. You'll bring your tissues because you'll cry at the end. But it's also very fun, and it's filled with some hilarious physical activity, but also some great one-liner jokes. And then, of course, all the music. So I believe I have 27 songs that I'm singing, 11 costume changes, 9 wig changes. So if just for the sheer fact of seeing how quickly I can change costumes and wigs, you might want to come. But if you love Patsy Cline, it's wonderful. And actually, we're going to try something different this year. If you came to it a few years ago, we're actually going to put some of our patrons on the stage with us. So it will really be like you are at a concert or at the Ryman Theater, where Patsy actually would walk up to your table. So we're gonna change a little bit of that situation up a little, and you can sort of be with me on the stage. And
what you will see is that there's so much music that was her music originally that has been redone, and no one really realizes that it's originally a Patsy Cline tune.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And so lots of the melodies and things people will know. They just don't know that was her music.
And I think for like my generation, millennials and Gen Z, I kind of went into it not knowing the story and not knowing if I would like it. It was a musical I'd never heard of, and now it's one of my favorites. And it's funny,
and I think
but yet you're
would,
crying. And
sure, exactly. And she was a real 3-dimensional person. She was just a real, she was a real force to be reckoned with as well. And but she would rather just sit back and have a beer with the guys too. So she was not, a diva in any sense of of that word. She just, wanted to make her family proud. She wanted to do right by her children, and and sing. She just really wanted to just sing, and so she's so I think you sort of respect her a little bit more after learning the story. And you probably have heard a song or two of hers without even realizing it.
That was funny to me because, like you said, Darnell, so many people have recreated her songs and done covers of her songs that when I decided to go with my family, my grandparents and my parents all knew the music, and I wasn't expecting to know a single song.
Right.
And then I ended up knowing probably over half of them. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
This is music I've heard.
And it's music that stands the test of time, and that's when you've got something that's
I remember
wonderful.
seeing all the audiences on their feet. Definitely at the end. Everybody's up on their feet.
Absolutely.
So it's a really
It's fun.
enjoyable show. It is. It's heartwarming, but very, lots
And
of
how
fun.
big is the band on stage again?
We have a 5-piece band. So we've got my husband will be on keyboards. And we've got a fiddle player. We've got a steel slide guitar player, bass. And then drums. So it's just phenomenal.
It is.
I mean, it's
have
live.
them
It's right
on
there.
stage.
Yeah, and they actually
It's so
participate a little bit too. They get to we banter back and forth, which is really fun. So you can it's very real, rather than you feeling sort of distanced from what's the action on the stage. So
and some of Patsy Cline's outfits, I would imagine, are so hard to recreate because she had such a specific style and some iconic outfits.
Costumes,
And I know Lene Robison, our
Lene
costume
Robison,
designer.
yeah, she's phenomenal. So I did meet with her last week, and she's actually creating another new dress.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And she creates all of this from scratch, from pictures. She sees the photos, and all of those hand glittered and hand sequenced. You know, her Patsy Cline's mother would make all of these. So they're all handmade, and so Lene is recreating several of these sort of country western, those iconic dresses that you could see at the museum, and she's recreating those. But I actually, again, got to try all these on last week, and they're going to be phenomenal. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
They just look so spot on. It's amazing.
Yep.
She made a cow last year.
Yeah.
She can do anything.
She can do anything. She can. She's phenomenal. We are so grateful to have her.
She actually went up to, apparently, she was out looking for material for the nuns. Mm-hmm. And there was a nun in the store that she was
Oh,
fabric
funny.
store. So she walked to the nun and said, "Excuse me, but I have some questions." And proceeded to ask about how this worked, and the nun gave her all sorts of amazing tips on like using strips of cut out bleach bottles to help the top of the root
keep their
hood
form.
keep their form, et cetera,
That
on
is
and on.
amazing.
Because she's been trying to deal with how, we're wearing the full on covered, which means it's much harder to hear.
Right.
And to hear singing, and much of what the nuns do is a cappella. And so you have to be able to hear tuning, et cetera, et cetera. And we're all saying, excuse me, I don't sing with my hands over my ears.
How are we going to do
So
this?
she's figuring, I think she's figured out a way to have this poof a little bit behind our ears so we can still hear and yet still not look out of character. She said, but it has to look like character. I was like, we gotta hear.
Yeah, this is a woman that will go to the nth degree to make it look legitimate, but also understands the functionality needed on stage.
Yes.
Understands that this needs to be a quick change. So, hiding the zipper to make it look like there's a zipper, but really there's a zipper in the back, but nobody can see that. I mean, she just gets that. So
also
she's
the upgrade in sound and lights will help with that too, which is the technical, assistance we're quick putting in the high before we move in there and really do our thing. So it's just going to be, the audience will not notice the difference in quality moving at all. So it's going to be, it's a lot of the same people coming back too.
Yeah.
Well, and they'll feel like they're in the same theater. The layout is exactly the same,
Yeah.
so it's not a completely new place.
And one of my favorite things about Valley Summer Theatre is that so many theaters that I go to are either a children's theater or a community or professional theater that's all adults.
Right.
And the incorporation between the kids and the adults and the teens in Valley Summer Theatre in all of their shows is amazing, and it's so fun to watch those different groups interact.
And Spokane Valley Summer Theatre is a professional theater. The only other one in the region is Coeur d'Alene Summer Theatre. And so, if you've been to see shows around town, this is really top quality production value. Really. And but super fun at the same time, and like you say, everybody is a team player, and it gets
it really takes a village. I mean, these kids are they have to step up their game if they want to be involved. There's chances to be involved in set building and painting and backstage and lighting. So it really takes everybody, and these kids really step up.
Right.
The high school kids, or they've just graduated. The auditions were fantastic, and everybody knows that they're important and they're needed, and their contribution of time and effort is so appreciated by all of us. But I think you really have to cater to multi-generation. You have to pick the shows that lots of people, lots of ages are going to appreciate and enjoy.
And which can incorporate a lot of ages.
Absolutely.
Hence, those people enjoying them as well. But incorporating them is great.
And I think part of it too is it's such a fun learning environment, and everyone is so supportive. And I wish I was exaggerating about that, but I've never worked at a place that was so fun and supportive and about growth and quality. And I think much of that is due to Yvonne Johnson, the executive artistic director, and the example that she sets.
Absolutely.
And everyone just reciprocates that,
Yep.
and it's so fun.
Well,
That's our
it's
other fearless leader besides you.
yes,
She's
absolutely.
lovely.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. She is an educator at heart, and she just wants to see students and children and peers, her, even
And adults,
and
as it
adults
were.
to learn and improve and hone their craft. And our success and our joy at entertaining and improving our craft is of utmost importance to her. Yes, of course, producing a show that entertains and brings ticket sales and all of that. You have to sell tickets in order to buy the rights, and so there's the business aspect of it. But of equal, and I would say of more importance to her, is the education. And if we're going to continue theater on any level in a community like Spokane, we need our young students, we need our younger ones involved, and they need to learn that passion and learn that skill and also learn that commitment to the teamwork that
Absolutely.
no one
Absolutely.
person is
the star.
star, but no one is less important.
Exactly.
I remember a rehearsal we had for Into the Woods, and we didn't have one person, and we thought, what is going on? And it just the number just tanked because we were all hinged on this one person, and the next person had to listen to them to come in, and it was really it really brought to me anyway, standing there thinking, wow, we need each other, and what a wonderful community to do that in. So we're delighted with Spokane Valley Summer Theatre.
We
Yeah,
are.
it's-
All right, so let's tell the folks at home where they can buy tickets before
Yes,
we head out.
absolutely.
Where can they do that?
At svsummertheater.com, and I believe that we are to the point now where you can buy individual tickets to shows. It was only season tickets for a while, although season tickets are a real steal. But svsummertheater.com, and let's see, I'm using my cheat sheet because there's a phone number too, and now I won't find it. But
And I also encourage you to go to Spokane Valley Summer Theater's Facebook page. They have a
Right.
great Facebook page. They
And-
always give notifications and updates.
And there's a link there too, if
Sure.
that's
And we're
easier
just
for you
at
to
the
find us on
beginning.
Facebook.
just at the beginning of the push, because we haven't even really started rehearsals in earnest yet. But it's coming.
Exactly.
Summer is almost here.
Yep.
You're in for a treat. So come see us at Spokane Valley Summer Theater. We'll be at University High School, and check out svsummertheater.com. We'll see you later.
Thanks
Thank
so much,
you.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in.
Collin.
The Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by SpokaneTalksMedia.com, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You and CW Crates and Pallets. Ask Kent a question, recommend a guest, or hear this program again on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com.